Honestly, I thought our starting pitching all the way around, all four of our starters did a phenomenal job keeping us in a game. I thought we played a lot better defensively this weekend than what we have the past couple weekends, so that's good to see. We're getting better in certain areas. Obviously, offensively, we did not have a good weekend at all. And you got to tip your cap to St. Edwards. I mean, we knew going in they've got some of the best starting pitching in the conference with Gafford leading the way there. I mean, he was preseason pitcher of the year for a reason, but then, I mean, their number 2 and number 3 are just as good as he is. So we knew it was going to be a tough test. I thought we played some really good baseball at times, especially in game 1 and game 2. We found ways to win really tough ball games, and that's what we preached all week. Listen, we got to get back to who we are at WT, and what we preach all the time is, listen, low scoring, good pitching, good defensive, find a way to win a 1 or 2 run ball game. And that's really what we wanted to do. We felt like we did a really good job of finding ways to win game 1 and game 2, and then obviously game 3 and game 4 things didn't go our way, and it's one of those weekends where I felt like we could have swept the weekend and could have gotten swept. And obviously on a weekend like that, going 2-2, we're never happy with the split. I've had players in the past get mad at me on the way home, and they're like, "Coach, we split on the road. That's a good weekend." I was like, "No, that's not a good weekend. That is not our standard. Our standard is to win series on the road and sweep at home." We didn't get that job done this past weekend, but I think we're getting better as the more games go on, and we've definitely progressed on the defensive and pitching side of things, and we just got to get us offensively. The offense will be there by the end of the year. These guys are just too talented offensively to swing the way we have the last couple weekends.
Talk about the fight you guys had yesterday in the ninth. Obviously, you didn't finish off the rally, but man, it looked really good. It looked like you guys were.
Yeah, it's one of those things where they made a pitching change, and I was actually happy when they made that pitching change. Just because we hadn't really matched up well with the Austin Essex, I believe is his name. And he came in the 8th, got him out of that, and then they made a change to go to their closer and stuff. And I thought that gave us a chance. And listen, I don't feel like we're ever out of a game offensively, especially with this offense. So I felt like we at least had a chance, and then it was just trying to get to the next guy. And it was the first time all weekend that we actually went to what we're pretty good at, is just relaxing and going backside singles. This team's got a lot of power, and we can elevate the ball and hit the ball out of the yard and everything, but that's also getting us in trouble right now. It's what's killing us offensively, and that's something that Coach Neal and myself, we've got to really get them back on track of just going singles on base, doing all those kind of things. That is where we're going to be best, because again, the home runs, the doubles, all that kind of stuff will come if we stay short offensively. This past weekend we were so long, and the fastball beat us, and that never happens to us, but it's just because you saw those long swings and a lot of strikeouts, just bad baseball offensively for us this past weekend, but we'll get better because of it.
As you mentioned, team's too good offensively to, be struggling at the end of the year. So in a sense, I guess you'd rather be kind of having this up and down portion of the season this early in the season?
Yeah, listen, I mean, at the end of the day, we're 12 games into a long season. Nobody's pushing the panic button. I know, listen, this team is going to be there at the end of the year. There's too many good seniors that have great leadership, and this team cares so much. Listen, we're 7-5 into a 12-game season. Last year at this time, through those 3 teams, we were 6-6 at the same time with them. So we're a game up from where we were last year. Ultimately, we're going to win some ball games. The offense is going to get there. I think Coach Hall did a phenomenal job this past week getting our pitching better. We still got some holes on the back end. We may have to change some things. But I thought a couple of our guys, Gavin Pringle was outstanding for us in game 1 and through 4 innings. I mean, that was great to see. And we saw some good things. But again, with every weekend, there's goods and bads with all of it, and we'll take it and we'll get better from it.
Get ready for only non-conference games of the year with Pueblo and Montana State. What have you seen about those guys?
Yeah, I started looking at them a little bit on the drive home. Obviously, Pueblo started off slow. I think 0-7 or 0-8, which is really surprising to me. This is the second year for that coach up there, and I think he does a great job. And I liked their club last year. I think they're going to be there towards the end of the year to being a 500 or better team. They got a lot of talent and everything, so obviously that's a big in-region game for us. And then Montana State Billings, I don't know much about. We've never played them since I've been here, but I know they're 3-3 right now, and they're going to be a tough team. We got to go find a way to win 2 ball games up there, get back on the right track, and then for the following weekend.